히트 시즌2.
Here we are, guys, back at the Nexon Arena for the final match of the night. It is going to be Zest versus Trust going head-to-head.
Yeah, Trust, actually surprising many of us. We expected Alive to advance to that final match for the rematch against Zest, but we have a PvP here between two teammates, and we all know how janky these team kills get.
Yeah, they definitely get a bit janky, a bit sus, you know. It can get a bit
dodgy.
Yeah, a bit dodgy, a bit wonky, for sure. You know, PvP especially, mirror matchup between the two teammates, and they've got to know each other so well. Like, Trust is always practicing with both Zest and Stats in that team house for sure, right?
And our map pool will be Frozen Temple, Dust Towers, and Frost. Stock standard maps that we're probably going to see for the next few weeks.
Yeah, and this basically just comes down to whatever maps these guys are comfortable with. So Trust first picked Dust Towers against Alive as well. In terms of his choice, right? So he's probably just most comfortable on that map. We are going to see that for map number 2. He's going to get a shot at that. And of course, Frozen Temple first, Dust Towers, and then Frost for map number 3.
Yeah, and with Trust, he did take out SOS in his challenger group 2-1, so you can't really count out him against Zest. And you also have to remember as well, as we mentioned before we went to a break, Zest has looked shaky so far in the matchup. He did lose 2-0 to Super in his challenger group. He also lost to MC in Pro League. He also lost one series in the GSL to MC as well, so...
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some weaknesses, some chinks in the armor, and can Trust exploit them? That's the question. Is he a high enough level, and is he experienced enough, first of all, to not be nervous in this moment, where he's playing his older brother, his more experienced older brother, who's had a ton more success in every league that Trust has ever touched. Zest has probably had a better run.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you're playing against one of your youngs, do you really want to do something too crazy, or do you want to play standard? That's the big dilemma that Trust has coming into this series.
Yeah, older brother that he knows very well.
Not literally older brother. Here in Korea, you call someone that's older than you in age, you're young, you're male.
Yeah.
So. That's Korean Culture 101 with Brendan and GTR here.
Yeah, glad we got that out, got that out into the universe here. Told everybody about that. First map is going to be Frozen Temple, and we're going to jump into it right now between Zest and Trust. Frozen Temple here for this PvP. Start off the best of 3. Up in the top left in the red, it is, I'm not sure. Zest. They're both Protosses from KT.
And the other Protoss from KT, in the blue color though, it is Trust.
So what are we going to see? That's like all I want to know. I want to come into this and see exactly the way that these guys want to play it. We've seen a lot of Zest PvP. We saw a bit of Trust in that SSL challenge group.
Yeah, just stare at that production tab and you can have a feel of what's happening right now. Pretty much the same builds from both players, getting those early 2 gases, getting those 2 gateways before the Cybernetics core in Zest.
In Zest.
Forbidden Frittles. Oh my god. That is such a...
The Koreans are probably just like, oh, yeah, cool, hearts out there for, Zest, I guess, right? Like, little do they know there's a deeper meaning there. Anyway, we got this probe coming down here. We'll see if he's actually going to proxy something or if he is just going to wait for the first units of his opponent to move on by.
Yep. See, the second gateway for both players is done. The Cybernetics core here from Zest. tad of a smidgen ahead of Trust, but it's not going to really amount too much in the whole run. And here's the first fork in the road from both players. We see Trust going for that Mothership Core and the Adepts. Zest going for those Stalkers.
And that probe remains down there, and he's building a pylon. So with the 2 Stalkers coming out, it could be DTs, but it might just be proxy blink, right? You know, generally, if you're going to go for those Stalkers, they fight well against the Adepts, but they can't scout as well. But, you know, they're just stronger units in general, I guess, especially like early on in the game. I mean, like once we get to the later composition. Okay, this is also a choice that he could go for. He's going to use the Stalkers, push away the Adepts, and then get an Oracle in the back door very fast.
Yep, and Trust here, as we saw a live do against him, using that bush to his advantage, tried to catch the Stalkers of Zest off guard, but looks like she's going to shape that army to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere too suspicious, too sus.
Yeah, no sus locations here. Oh, there's even a gateway.
Ooh, okay.
Zest is going to go super aggro here. It's going to be lots of units. He can warp them in very close with that gateway.
And this is what we mentioned before, that the team kills force players to play completely out of their ballpark. And this is not really something that we see too often from Zest in this matchup, going for that proxy Stargate and that proxy gateway.
You got to see how much damage this Oracle gets done here. The other interesting thing about the Oracle is that you can try to snipe sentries.
Ooh, I love these sentries though from Trust. He has something in his heart thinking that there will be a proxy Oracle, so he gets those sentries out, and with the sentry shield, they just do a very good job mitigating the damage that the Oracles can do on those probes.
Look at this, the Adepts come in and they don't see anything. They know something is up, right?
Well, forces the overcharge onto that front pylon.
Also forces the Mothership Core to be out of position, and now the Oracle's in the main.
The sentries were out of position as well, so there's no Guardian Shield to help mitigate the damage from this Oracle.
Oh man, this is almost too much damage. 8 kills, 9 probe kills, and he keeps the Oracle alive for now.
These Adepts though are going a bit ham onto those probes. They only get 3 probes though.
Forces another overcharge, and Mothership Core's energy is, getting pretty low. He should have another one in time, but not right now for the second Oracle.
And this second Oracle does come in, gets a couple of probes, but these Stalkers are going to chase the Oracle away, and it looks like Zest is going for another round here.
Oh, he's going to commit here, and that's kind of interesting. Lots of force fields going down. He can still push his units in, and is the overcharge going to be enough, though? Another warp in here from Trust, as Zest just backs out once again.
Yeah, and even though there is that Nexus up for Trust, he's not really utilizing it. He's only got 1 probe mining there, and he's using the Chrono onto that Nexus. He should be using it on the warp gates because he needs to get units out as soon as possible.
Yeah, that he does. 3 more units coming here, 2 Stalkers and a Zealot for Zest. He may just be able to bowl over this army, especially with the 2 Oracles. No more overcharges. Couple of pylons still left over, but he's not going to have enough energy. GG! Zest takes a quick game number 1.
Yep, a very neat build there from Zest. Something that we don't really see from him, but he did the work, he did the job against Trust, and now Trust, he has to play with 1 game disadvantage, and he gets to play like Zest, you don't want to be in that position.
You got to wonder what's going through Trust's mind right now.
That guy's browsing Team Liquid.
Oh! We found a TLer here in the studio. Welcome down to the studio, of course. But yeah, Trust probably not feeling too good. That was a very cool build from Zest. Just really well thought out, just even down to the finer details, right? Like pushing in, forcing the attention at the front, but also the positioning of the units for Trust to be at the front, and then swooping in with the Oracle at the same time.
Yeah, also baiting those pylon overcharges at the front of the base onto those pylons, and then, as you said, swooping in with the Oracles around to the main base. And there's a minor fault that I want to point out once again, was that the Chrono Boost was being used onto the Nexus when it wasn't building any probes. He should have used it onto those warp gates, because all he needed to do was just get units out and defend until his economy kicked in.
Certainly didn't need more probes.